Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
And Jake.
And...
As always, Stephen Dagliacco. Hello.
Hey, how we doing, guys?
Sup?
Oh, swell.
I'm a little sad. We're getting to the end of the January slate, our first month of video.
Yeah. It's been wild and wacky. We have no idea how anyone's responded to it because it's actually December.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it. We love them.
I was thinking of coming in the outfit I wore to my Christmas party this weekend.
Really?
And playing it like it's January, and I've been in the outfit this whole time.
Santa hat and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good party. That was a great party.
Yes.
We had Brian Johnson last week,
Yep.
a.k.a. 10 minutes ago.
In our time.
In our time down here.
Yes.
No, Brian Johnson was not last week.
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're talking about the Trojans last week.
Yes. Trojan man.
Yes. Well, we have another sword and sandal for you today.
Yeah.
We're in the medieval times.
Do you feel
Very exciting.
Do you feel we're in the same era a little too much?
No, we're not in the same era. We're literally thousands of years apart.
But I mean like the same type of combat. You know?
I mean, that's most of humanity, isn't it?
You know, when you think about the timeline, you're right.
Yeah. Almost all of human history is that.
That's that dude.
They have different idiosyncrasies, of course, armors and weaponry, but
Horses.
Like, when is it just nothing but gunplay? Is that like just the past like
nothing but 1800s.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, the late 1800s.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. That's like it's barely a blip.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. That actually just blew my mind. See that? Guys, if you're watching this, you just saw the brains fly out of my head.
The brain fly out of the brain.
But we're watching...
I actually think we spend too much time in the 20th century.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the majority of the movies we've done, right?
Maybe. I would love to see someone do like an infographic or timeline of where we've been the most.
You know, that's interesting. Because obviously, we said last week the one's definitely the furthest we've gone back has been Troy.
Yeah.
And then probably Gladiator, I guess, right?
Troy,
Yeah, we can
Gladiator,
go-
yeah.
And then maybe this.
This is kind of there with Braveheart, right?
This is about 200 years before Braveheart.
Okay, but I mean, it's like
It's the same time period.
It's
The
close.
scale of history, it's close.
El Cid.
El Cid.
El Cid.
So
1961.
I was so fucking excited to watch this movie.
Really?
I have been wanting to rewatch it for years. So we should give our background on the movie, right?
First of all,
Sure.
this is our second Chuck Heston.
Second, Heston.
Far too little. We need more Heston.
Well, dude, this is my concern. I was looking at his like filmography today, and things that I know for sure are true stories. And I was like, oh man, we might run out of Hest. We got to savor the Hest. I don't want to be in year 5 and we haven't had Heston.
I mean, we could always fall back on the biblical stuff. There's 10 Commandments. There's,
True.
well, there's Ben-Hur. Yeah.
Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments, Agony and the Ecstasy.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling you, it gets a little
It gets,
dry.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, he does a lot of sci-fi.
He does a lot of sci-fi. So we got to spin off into sci-fi.
All right. Okay.
Savor the Heston. 2 in 1 year. I'm like, did we blow our Heston load? Like, are we going to have
Reviewing the future will be the next show, and we can do that then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are we going to do, are we going to have to do Wayne's World 2?
When we first envisioned the idea for this show, this was a movie I definitely had in mind about talking about.
El Cid.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said Wayne's World 2.
Well, I thought there's so many parallels to one of the first movies we did, Khartoum.
Not really.
Oh, I think there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All right,
we'll talk
get to
later.
it. I think whereas Khartoum was a movie that was trying to be Lawrence of Arabia, El Cid is a movie trying to be Ben-Hur.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's close. That's
Right?
That's more
Oh,
accurate.
no, you're totally right. But, I mean, there's some things that are just so similar that are parallels practically, and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Sure. So history.
Yeah,
with
why were
this
you excited
movie.
about it?
Yeah, why?
So me and you first watched this movie
Long time ago.
a long time ago. It has to be like 2007 or 8.
Yeah, that's
That long.
Yeah.
So it's been a really long time. But I remember I loved it. And I thought it was
When we watched it
fucking
that first
great.
time.
The first time I saw it, I thought it was great. And
That's the last time I've seen it too.
that was the only time you saw it, right?
I've seen it twice. So I watched it once by myself, once with you, and now this will be my third time.
Okay.
This is a 3-hour movie. It is not a, you got to set your day aside to watch this one.
Exactly. Like I show my students every year, I show them Ben-Hur and Lawrence of Arabia.
So you torture the kids.
Yes.
They need to see it.
I agree.
They need to
You're talking about some of the greatest films ever.
It's a film class. You need to see it. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Yeah.
But
Are you going to integrate this one now?
I won't because I already got the two other epics that are more important.
Mm-hmm.
Can you with the amount of violence? Does that matter?
I don't know the rating on this. It's probably G, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Film ratings back then were like
there's
kind of a
lot
joke.
There's some bloody stuff in there.
is there? It's kind of sanitized. Though. It's the 50s.
It's mostly sanitized.
This is a
but there's
50s
some there's
movie,
some
right? It's
It's
stabbings.
1961.
I know, but it's a 50s
It's a 50.
movie.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has all the hallmarks.
Yeah.
But El Cid, let's get into the
So
background.
this is the first time I've ever seen it.
Right.
I didn't see it before.
What'd you think?
You know, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. You know, it was somewhat enjoyable, but it was just a little too long and all over the place. That's all.
It is a little all over the place.
Yeah, like for
I
the
agree
length,
with
I
you
needed
there.
it to be on a track, and it really branches off into a lot of stuff.
The real history here
Is messy.
insanely complicated and messy and crazy.
You can kind of tell.
And the movie is like the super, super dumbed down version of events.
Well, they're
Yeah.
trying. They have to fit it into a movie,
Right,
and
yeah.
it's so clear. And we'll talk about this a little later. That we discover there's a TV series.
I didn't look into that at all. I just saw that it existed.
I think it's a Spanish TV show, but
On Amazon.
I'm probably gonna watch it. But as I'm watching this, there's so much backstabbing and all this. I'm like, this would make an awesome TV show.
Yeah.
Give it the time that it's needed.
Exactly, to really flesh things out and have
This could have
things work.
easily been an 8-hour movie, and they still wouldn't have enough time.
If you were going to do it like
The way it should have been done,
Yeah.
yeah. Or the way they probably could have done it.
That being said, I think it's completely successful and accomplishes what it wants to do.
I think it's a
Sure,
fucking
yeah, of
masterpiece.
course.
And a masterpiece.
It's a fucking masterpiece. It's genius.
See, I don't think
I love that you think that.
I'm not.
I'm
on
not
your
with
side.
you, but I want
Yeah.
I want to be with you by the end of this conversation.
I'll get you.
Yeah,
there.
I'm
Okay.
not with you there.
I'm leaving Beaver behind. And I'm taking you on the boat with me. Me and you are on the door.
Guys,
I mean, it's got everything. It's
Going
a
off into the
It's
sunset.
the Middle Ages. It's Charlton Heston. It's an epic. Sofia Loren looks hot.
so hot.
It's good.
So me and my wife are having a daughter. The other day I was pitching the name Sofia, and I was like, a middle name we could do like Loren. And she's like, Sofia Loren. I'm like, no, Sofia Loren.
So it.
I think before you can talk about this movie, it would really be
we need the
helpful,
history.
yeah, to know about the state of affairs in Spain at this time, right?
Yep.
So, why is Spain the way it is? So let's
What's the deal with
yeah,
Spain?
Yeah, all right. So, I guess you got to go back this far. The Western Roman Empire falls in the 400s. The Germanic barbarian tribes will invade and occupy all of the former Roman territories. In Italy, you'll get the Ostrogoths. In North Africa,
That's the best name, by the way.
Ostrogoth.
Yeah.
Well, hold the horses on that.
Oh,
one. There
okay.
may be a better one coming. In Italy is the Ostrogoths. In North Africa is the Vandals. In France, Gaul, it's the Franks. And finally, in Spain, it is the Visigoths.
That's a good name, too. But I love Ostrogoth.
Love Austria. That's Eastern Goth. Visigoth is Western Goth.
California Goths versus New York Goths.
Right.
burn down the hot topic.
A lot of UFO
Yeah.
pants and chains. Good Charlotte T-shirts.
So that is kind of the state of affairs that Western Europe will be in, barring a few incursions by the Byzantine Empire that will try to take Spain back. But
There's few nations. They're all kind of nomadic states almost.
they're not nomadic.
yeah, I wouldn't say nomadic.
Not nomadic. That's the wrong
Look,
word.
the power in Europe is Francia. It's the Franks.
Okay.
And everything is colored by what they do as far as the other territories. Visigothic Spain is kind of like the last guys holding up like the old Roman traditions and shit. Islam appears on the scene in the 600s.
Well, that's the birth of Islam around there, right?
Right.
Because it's the youngest of the Abrahamic religions.
This is correct. And they explode across 3 continents. They will steamroll the Byzantines through North Africa and then come into Spain from Morocco.
Do they get into Turkey? What is now Turkey?
Yes, of course. Then that's the Byzantine homeland.
That's
and
the
they'll be
base,
fighting
right?
over that for centuries and centuries. Not important to what we're going to talk about.
Okay.
today. So Islam has come to Spain, and in fact, they will conquer all of Spain and push their way up into France. And it's not until the Battle of Tours with Charles the Hammer Martel,
Great name.
where they will
that's a
smash
good name.
the Arab armies and push them south into southern Spain.
They dropped the hammer.
Yes. Now, this kind of all will figure itself out, and the state of affairs at the start of this movie, which is roughly 1040, 1050 AD, you have the north, which is several different Christian kingdoms, the most prominent being Castile, which is who we're going to be spending a lot of time with in this movie, and the south is the Emirate of Cordoba. This is Islamic territory, but it is in a state where it's kind of falling apart, and you have all these different emirs, which is the Arab word
For king.
kind of squabbling with each other.
And this is the thing that's so fascinating to me. It's almost Greek-like in a way, where it's like there's city-states within. You know,
You're
you're
a very small kingdom.
you're a king, but you're not like really in charge of too much. You're the king of a very small area.
Yes. They're all minor rulers. You know, nobody's
leaders.
really in charge.
It's very Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Where it's like you're the king of like Winterfell, you're the king of the North.
And a lot of them will have vassalage to other one, like they have to pay tribute to another guy, you know,
And at the point when the movie starts, some of the Muslim kingdoms
actually owe tribute to the Christian ones.
Exactly.
This is, like I said, this is a point where the Muslims are kind of on the weaker end. This is the beginning of the Reconquista. You've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
That is the reconquest of Spain by the Christian kingdoms. Eventually, there'll be the Spanish Inquisition.
And they kick
a couple
everyone
of
out.
100 years down the road, they'll finally get rid of the last Muslim kingdoms.
Yep.
And that'll lead to Christopher Columbus and the explosion of Spanish culture all over the world. Yeah, so that's where we're at the beginning.
Yeah. What a lovely overture.
Which sounds like NFL music.
Yeah.
I skipped the overture this time.
it
I'm
was
guilty.
very
I
long.
did it.
I listened to it. So I got to be honest, this movie was hard to find. It wasn't streaming anywhere. Couldn't pay to rent it.
I had the DVD. So
I now have his DVD.
I found it on the Internet Archive, and I was watching the beginning, and it was a good copy. And I love the overture. And then a voiceover starts, and it's in Spanish. And I realized the version I'm watching was in Spanish. I was like, God damn it. So I had to watch a version on YouTube. And the version on YouTube was missing the overture, the intermission, and the end
so
of
you didn't
music.
see the intro artwork?
I saw it because I watched the Spanish version.
It looked like a 13-year-old drew it.
you weren't impressed.
The intro artwork?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a step above stick figures. Like, were you impressed by this?
I skipped it. I didn't watch
It
it.
looked like Brian.
It
drew
looked like Brian's eye. Yeah,
No, I started with the voiceover. Do you remember what it said?
It was in Spanish, so I didn't get to see it.
Oh, God.
But I want to talk about the score real quick.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I loved it. It sounds like NFL music. You could play that any Sunday before a game.
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, you could play that over like NFL films. And then the receiver went deep. And he made a catch that would change the fates of two cities. And he's like grabbing it, you know? It would work so well. But I was like, this is phenomenal. And I was really enjoying the score. I was like, I got to know who scored it. So I did some Googling, and it was by Miklos Rosa, who did the score.
What else did he do?
If you had to take one guess,
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur. Exactly. He also did Double Indemnity. He did a whole bunch of shit, but Ben-Hur is the big one.
Right.
And I actually think I may prefer this score.
Really?
Yeah, but the Ben-Hur score is great too.
Yes.
This
I have to
this guy's a fucking legend. He's awesome.
Yeah, so the movie starts with...
Voiceover.
yeah, I don't remember what it says.
I think it sets up kind
Sets
of
up, yeah, kind
what's
of
happening.
what's going on.
But the first thing we really see is a monk praying in Spain as like things are burnt down around him. He's praying.
There's
to the
been
cross.
a raid on his church, and the church is burning. And we see a close-up of the cross, and this priest is begging God to send a deliverer, and he does it immediately.
It's straight out of Ben-Hur too.
Yeah.
It's so similar to
It's
the
like
scene.
when you see Jesus for the first
He's
time.
like, God help me.
And then Jesus, here I am.
What were you doing here,
some
sir? Well, I was on my way to my wedding.
Yes.
It's like, what?
And he's not in his armor,
No.
but he still managed
No, he
to
has chainmail on. It's
He's wearing
underneath
like a
his-
leather coat.
But underneath the leather, you see on his sleeves, there's like a little bit of chainmail. So he clearly was a jokester, but a man of knightlyhood.
Well, he is a knight.
He saves the town on his wedding day,
Yes.
and he carries the cross.
Yes. Yeah, he literally carries it like Christ. And he captures they're actually emirs. He captures
They're
two
kings,
kings.
Yeah. And they want him to kill. He brings them back to.
He's going to bring them to Fernando, who
His
is the king of
his
Castile.
captured.
We see his father. Now, real quick about his father. He was the former champion of Fernando in his youth and actually conquered the city of Vivar for him and has bequeathed that city as inheritance to his son. So Rodrigo is actually like a minor lord, kind of.
Yeah, he has stature.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, he's someone's important kid.
Right.
And he's going to be with the current champion's daughter.
And he's making a name for himself, just being a badass.
The daughter thing, Chimane, Sofia Loren, this is not accurate to history.
This is not real to the Cid.
No, he does get married and he has several kids and they will play into it, but he will marry the king's cousin
Okay.
down the line. Like,
Way
This
later.
is not. He's not on his way to.
His wedding.
Yeah,
So that's bullshit.
but it works for the movie.
It's fine.
It's perfect.
And by the way, she's fucking gorgeous.
Oh my god, it's
Okay.
insane.
So let's
It's
talk
insane.
about the hotness of Sofia Loren.
Okay.
Should be a
Thank
lady.
you.
No dispute, she is certainly a beauty queen.
Before you continue,
Yeah.
she would have played the character from Gucci so fucking well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh
Can't
yeah.
stop thinking about fucking House of Gucci.
This movie just keeps coming
I
back.
say you marry a Gucci. I say
marry
it
a
every
Gucci.
day. Every day. I was telling Steve on the way here. Yesterday, I was playing Civilization 6 on my PC, right? Sitting in the room, silent. I don't like my wife was sleeping. I couldn't play music. Normally, I play music and I play the game. Nothing. I'm just sitting there in silence, and every 20 seconds, you marry a Gucci. Keep doing my thing. You marry a Gucci.
If your wife ever says to you, I married a monster,
I can't wait for her to say that to me.
you'll immediately respond with, you married a
It's just
Gucci.
in her ear. I married a monster. No, you married a Gucci.
you marry a Gucci.
I called him up today because we like to plan our trips here and stuff like that. And I didn't say hi. I just called him up. He's like, "What's up, dude? You married a Gucci!" And they start screaming.
The Father, the Son, and the House
That's a
of
Gucci. It's so ridiculous how much it comes up.
Sophia Loren,
Very hot.
Yeah.
So
very hot, but
There's a butt.
the majority of this movie, she has resting bitch face.
Yeah, that's a good thing sometimes.
And she gets insanely more hot after she cheers up a little and starts smiling. I think, and I know both of you are going to jump at me for this, Urraca is hotter in the movie.
What? Dude, no.
You're so off.
No.
You're so off. It's not even.
One is like renowned as like one of the most beautiful women to like ever
Ever
live.
exist, yeah.
The other one, can you name the actress?
No. It's the only thing I've ever seen
God
her in.
damn it.
But she's hot in this.
She's attractive, but she's not Sophia Loren, dude.
Yeah, so Sophia Loren's like our Helen.
Do
of
not
Troy.
shit in my mouth and tell me it's chocolate cake.
Oh, you little mouse.
All right, so he brings home
He brings him back to his village.
and they're like, kill these guys.
Yes.
And
Hang
he-
'em.
And he's like, I want to spare these moops.
And one of the guys is like, "Don't worry, I'll die. I'm okay with that." And he's like, "What? Why do you want to die?"
What if I have you make a pledge?
Yes. So Ordonez shows up, who in real life will end up being his like rival. And he wants to execute them immediately. And he thinks Charlton Heston, Rodrigo, thinks that there's been enough bloodshed, and he wants to let them go. So he makes them swear to never raise arms against Castile ever again.
Because he's like, look, I'm a Ron Paul guy. There's going to be blowback if we kill these people.
Yeah, it's like the cycle will never end. And
Exactly. We
He's
just
trying to
can't
break
do it.
the wheel. One of these guys will hold to that insane, will be like, great. And the other guy's a piece of shit and goes back to Valencia. And, before this, do we see Ben Youssef like chastising these guys? Yeah, we do, right?
Yeah, I was trying to do that, and you guys interrupted me.
Sorry.
Maybe that wasn't in my version.
The first scene is actually Ben Youssef in North Africa, the Almoravid king, he's telling these guys to go raise hell in Spain in preparation for his invasion.
I didn't have that.
Yeah.
That wasn't in my version.
And he's like gives a whole speech about how like he's going to conquer the world. He's going to conquer all of Europe and spread.
Yeah, he's
alive.
wearing a
He's
dark
doing-
cloak. And
he's
it's
doing the
clearly
Mahdi
evil.
shit.
Mahdi shit.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Mahdi.
Which is what I'm saying. This is similar to cartoon.
So,
Yeah, you're right.
that was very similar to cartoon.
He has almost
Yeah, I
the
mean.
same speech the Mahdi had. That movie's later than this, right?
Yeah, Mahdi.
Which is why the line
cartoons
I
after.
was going to say was that he says, like, I'll die. I'm okay being executed because what's going to come is, like, terrifying. There's going to be war and because, like, they're coming,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And
Like, the future's grim. They're going to have furries.
right. Some of these emirs, they don't want to see that happen either. Like, they're,
Right, yeah.
they have their own territories. They don't want to see this African.
It doesn't benefit
king
them.
come and take over the country.
Right. And that's why they're kind of, like, okay with what's going on.
Right. So he lets them go. And this puts him at odds.
He gets a treason charge.
yes.
But he also gets the name,
the Cid.
the Cid.
He won't get that name in real life till much later.
Oh, really?
We'll get to it.
But in the movie, they're like, we want you to know he's El Cid.
Yeah.
Which, if I was a Penguins fan, I would be demanding that when they do a documentary about Sidney Crosby, it's called El Cid.
Is he like a big player?
He's like the best hockey player ever.
Oh, more than Wayne?
I think he's better than Wayne.
Wow. So the real guy, he was, like I said, he was this knight, his son.
The real Rodrigo.
Yeah. And the Prince Sancho, who will be introduced in a minute,
I'm Sancho.
kind of saw him as having potential, so took him under his wing. In the movie, he's like older than Sancho, and he's like almost his protege.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the other way around. And he'll teach him like how to be a soldier and take him on campaigns with him and stuff. And they'll be fighting, I think, in Aragon and various Muslim principalities throughout the region. So they go to Castile. I think it's Madrid is the capital.
Is that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
What is Castile? Like,
It is the premier Christian kingdom. It's in the north.
so that would be modern day Madrid.
I think you look this up because I'm kind of talking out of my ass here. I think Madrid was the capital of Castile. Ferdinand has been unifying various kingdoms throughout his reign, and he's got Leon. He's got some of the other smaller ones, and he's got he's got like half the country, including Portugal.
Was he more of a unifier or a conqueror?
It's a little of both.
A little of both?
Yeah. Like, he's taking other kings' territory, but it's like unifying the Christian states.
Yeah.
And they are becoming more powerful than the Muslim states, which had been in power for like the last 300 years.
All right. So based on this map I'm looking at, Castile is kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
To the left is Leon.
Yeah.
And then Galicia
Yes.
and Portugal. To the right is Navarra.
The
then,
east.
Aragon and the Catalan countries.
Right.
Where Catalan is like its own like
That's where Valencia is.
yeah.
Which
But
will come into play later.
if I'm correct, like Barcelona and Madrid are kind of like landlocked, right?
Barcelona's on the coast. It's up north.
Okay.
Maps aside, doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
it's not important.
He goes and he finds Sofia Loren. A lot of this movie, there's a couple of scenes in this movie that I feel like are redundant, and this is one of them. Sofia Loren's getting a wedding dress put on,
Yep.
and the princess comes in to break her balls.
Yeah.
She knows, and we, the audience, know what has happened as far as his trees in charge, and she's not letting on to Sofia Loren.
She builds her up.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, well, we know already what happened. Why are you making us watch this all over again?
Well,
We're
there's-
watching her find out.
Well, we're setting up the end. We're setting up the characters, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
You're finding out why Sophia is going to have like her arc and why the queen's going to be, well, the eventual queen?
Nah.
Princess?
Yeah.
Why she's just always going to be such a bitch.
And they show like what possibly could be the coolest staircase ever made.
It is a cool staircase.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh, well, it's here. I mean, it's incredible, that whole setting.
The sets are fucking gorgeous.
Holy
Yeah.
crap, yeah.
Yeah.
The craftsmanship in this movie is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like,
It looks great.
it's
It
phenomenal.
all looks great. The costumes are amazing. All the flags.
The
and stuff
extras.
look great.
Oh, yeah.
You know I love that.
Yeah.
Every time we do one of these old movies, the number of people on screen is always jaw dropping, and The last like 40 minutes of this are out of control. Like as far as that stuff, it's so big, it's so awesome.
But like the sets, the costumes, everything, the music, it's all hitting. The acting,
Yeah, everybody's great.
Yeah.
Everybody's great.
and like you like the Sid immediately.
Yes.
Yes.
You're immediately on his side. You're like, this is a good, honorable guy.
Yes.
This was very Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Down to the fights, the sets, the story itself it felt like it was a Shakespearean play.
It's also very Ben-Hur,
Very Ben-Hur,
where
which
it's
is
like
similar.
right away he's the man. You
His
love
family
him.
gets put in a dungeon.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's they know what they're doing. You know. Anyway, so he's a traitor. The king shows up,
There's an
and all
awkward hug.
all the princes look like Vulcans.
Yes.
Yeah. The bowl cut.
I was like, what is up with all these haircuts? And the more effeminate prince,
Alfonso.
he has so much fucking makeup caked on.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
He gets cool though. You don't like Alfonso?
I'm not
I like
a
when he
fan.
grows the beard.
He never gets cool. What are you talking about?
No, he's redeemed at the end. He kind of becomes a good guy.
he's a piece of
He's a
shit.
piece of garbage. What are you talking about?
All right. I mean, we can debate this later.
Sure.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
All right, so the Vulcans show up, and I love that.
It's Fernando, his 2 sons, and his daughter.
Yeah.
And, you know, I love the meeting between Rodrigo and Sofia in this, like, sunroom.
Awkward hug.
Yeah.
And she's, like, loyal.
It's like a holding cell.
Yeah. But, like, the
cheek-
sun is beaming
they're
down.
cheek
Yeah.
to cheek and like just pressing and like kind of kissing, but not really.
Well, they have to
the
be
box
chaste, you know?
yeah.
But she's being loyal. She's like, you could never.
He could never be a traitor.
traitor.
Never
Yeah.
be trees.
Someone like you could never do
Right.
that.
Never.
But her father, on the other hand, is out in the courtroom in the main hall
He's like, he's a piece of garbage.
testifying against him.
And he bitch smacks Rodrigo's
own
father.
father.
Yes.
And it's so loud they both hear it and stop and look like, oh.
Oh, it was
That
like a
wasn't good.
gunshot.
That was bad.
The World Star people were going, oh!
And her father is the king's champion. So he's like the best fighter in the land.
He's like top knight, kind of.
Yes. And yeah, this insult cannot go unanswered.
So Rodrigo goes to him, and he's like, you gotta,
you
like,
have to apologize.
do what you want to me. My father must be pardoned and forgiven.
Publicly, he wants him to apologize.
Yeah.
He wants his father's name cleared.
Yes.
And the guy's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And Rodrigo takes the
There
sword
was
out.
no way out of this.
He has a great line here.
No.
Yeah, it had to go down the way it went down.
No pity for those who outlive their usefulness.
And this guy is
Cool.
Sofia Loren's father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they have to duel.
And this duel is one of the best sword fights I've ever seen in any fucking movie.
You think so?
What?
It is fucking phenomenal.
What?
No score.
No, it's quiet.
No score, which I love. They're going around. They're having this sword fight.
It's believable. It's slow.
But that's what makes it more believable.
Yeah.
No one's flipping around doing backflips, really.
No.
It's more like a fucking
It's a real fight.
knock them out, drag them out fight. And like I love just hearing the swords clang against each other. They don't need a score. They don't need to
Right.
manipulate you. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it is great, but
I'm on the opposite.
it
spectrum.
is not. The fact that it's so slow, it's like clearly that these are not sword fighters. These are actors.
I am
doing
on the
something.
opposite spectrum of you.
I like
completely.
it. Don't get
I
me wrong.
fucking love it.
I love the one that comes later.
That
lot
one's
better.
great, too.
That one's way better.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I love
This
the
was
emotional
so
stakes in this
60s.
one. I love how it's set up.
Oh yeah, all that's there.
The no music,
Yeah, perfect.
you know, it's great.
This was
But,
a
like,
60s
we've
sword
s-
fight scene that
Yeah.
looked like it was on a Shakespeare
Compare
stage.
that-
It looked fake.
Compared to like Rob Roy, which has one of the best sword fights ever.
To be honest, I can't recall that one,
Okay.
but I just love the quiet swords clanging together. I
Hey,
don't.
that's your
Does
opinion.
its job. It's fucking cool.
I don't think it's the greatest fight scene
I think
ever
it's one of the
made.
best.
This-
When he
it
It's a
was
masterpiece.
somewhat boring.
when he does finally put the killing blow on the father, we don't see it.
Yes.
It's behind the stairwell.
Which I love. You don't get to see it.
Right.
You know? You just know. And he falls dead. And Sofia Loren shows up. And she's like, my father. And he's like, he by the way, he hates that she's a woman.
What do you mean?
Before.
The father hates it.
Oh yeah. The father hates that she's a woman. He's like, I
Yeah.
should have had sons, and he's telling her, you have to avenge me.
Like a son would.
yeah,
I wish you were a son. Like his last words.
Wow.
I'm
What a
so
dick.
disappointed.
And now your love killed your father.
Yeah, she's in a
That's
she's
a
in
tough
bad
spot.
Oh, there's a cool shot here before the fight where Heston holds the sword out, right? And he's putting it to the father. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's like a torch burning on the wall directly at the point where the sword ends. And it kind of looks like a flaming sword of like truth or something. There's some sort of symbolism there that's fucking cool, which I really dug.
He is routine over and over again throughout the movie. He's like the most noble man.
He like
always does
What's right.
the best possible thing.
which is like, I love knights and shit like that. Like,
he's the most chivalrous of all knights.
look, he's a superhero.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
He's Spider-Man. He's Superman. He's always doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, in detriment to himself, he's helping others and doing the right thing.
But he's not a superhero in strength.
You can make a case he is. No one can kill the Cid, you know, until like it's time and he still wins.
He still dies. You know, like he's not like fighting off hordes of God. Well, he is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. He did. I forgot about that scene. Never mind.
So-
I'm an idiot.
Sophia's angry. I will learn to hate you.
Yes, she vows to hate him eternally.
Now, the kingdom of
Kill your love. You kill it.
You kill it. Yeah.
Sick
it's
line.
great.
Sick line.
So now the kingdom of Aragon shows up,
Yeah. Also Christian kingdom.
and they're like, Strider!
Yeah. There's Legolas. There's
Aragorn.
Gimli. There's 3 short things.
Tell me you weren't thinking it.
Yes.
I have in the past, but I'm familiar with Aragon, so I don't even think about it anymore. But yeah, when I was a kid and I first heard about like Catherine of Aragon, it's like Aragon.
What's going on here? He definitely got it from that name.
Oh, Tolkien?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
He just changed it
most likely.
slightly. The kingdom of men. But they show up and
And they want a city because they found out the king's champion is dead, and
What
this is a
city
good
was it?
opportunity. Oh, God.
Calla something?
Calla something.
I just said Calla in my notes.
Catamite? They want a catamite?
They want a catamite. Yeah.
I'm a catamite. In real life, it's Zamora. It's the city of Zamora.
Okay.
I don't remember.
It's not important.
Yeah.
But they pull a Troy, basically.
Well, Heston,
My fighter against your fighter.
Yeah.
And we won't have a war. Let them just duel it.
The champions will fight, and whoever wins will get the city.
Heston wants a one-on-one.
Yeah.
And then they go to medieval times.
He begs for the opportunity. This is like his way
He wants to redeem
to
himself.
clemency. Yeah. And he puts it in God's hands.
Yeah.
And if he is guilty, then surely he will die.
Well, he killed the best fighter, so
Yes.
makes sense.
He's who else has a better claim to do it?
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
We all know it.
Yeah.
And then
He's
they have
the sick. He's on the cover.
of feasting and sports, the like of which they could never imagine.
So
It's medieval times.
two best friends.
Red Knight rules. Green Knight sucks the big one.
They have a joust.
They have a joust.
Yeah.
But I think medieval times is based on like the Spanish kingdoms.
Is it?
I believe it is. Like
Some of the colors look right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is. I believe so. But the joust is fucking cool.
Yeah, this is great. The two champions fight each other.
What was with the ladies' colors? That confused me.
It's like classic chivalric knight shit.
Is it like I want to
fight?
fuck you?
You fight for her. You fight for her glory, her honor.
Yes.
But one of them said like you can't like a knight of the kingdom can't go in without colors, and that's why the princess gives Rodrigo the
Well,
colors.
he could have.
something.
He wanted Sophia Loren to give it colors,
And she was like, "No, I'll give the guy."
"I want to give it to the guy that's going to kill you."
Yeah.
and
She's
that's
vowed to hate.
But then
him.
the princess is like, "You can't go out without colors," and gives him.
Well, she wants to fuck him.
yes.
Who doesn't want to fuck
She
him?
wants the pissing match with
Yeah, who does
Sophia
not want to
Loren.
fuck him?
Yeah.
The princess wants him. She wants him bad.
They have sick helmets.
he's Heston.
They have
How could you
so-
not?
How
the
could I have
helmets.
known?
The helmets have these like one has a tower, and then
Yeah.
one has a horse with a crown on it, but it's big. Oh, it was so cool.
So they have like the lancing.
This is the fight I like.
This is a good fight.
It's good
yes.
too. I like this one also.
Not as corny. It was way more dirty, and I liked it.
So he gets unhorsed. He gets trampled a little
It's
bit.
fucked up.
He gets fucked up.
It's fucking.
But he
wrecked.
manages to knock the other guy off his horse too, and now they're having a fucking street fight in the sand.
Oh yeah.
And
Knock him out, drag him out, brawl.
yeah,
He's
and-
using the horse saddle to stop the like a shield.
He's using the saddle like a shield.
He's improvising.
Awesome.
It's great.
How do you not say this isn't better than the other one?
this one has the music and stuff. I just love the atmosphere of the other one.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'll
I
give
feel
it
like
to
it's
you.
two like masters going at it. You know, it's more personal.
Right.
Like my favorite Star Wars fight is friggin' the first Vader and Obi-Wan fight.
Oh, not
I
Darth
think
Maul.
Boring one.
Yeah, I think it's incredible.
Not Darth Maul. You don't like the flippy
like the
boys.
dancing?
You don't like the flippy boys.
The flipping stuff. No,
You don't like when Finn was swinging that thing around?
I like when he said Ray.
So this fight is awesome. It's close.
It's a close
Very
run
close.
thing. But
Have you ever have you ever been in a fight and had to improvise like that?
To the death.
Not to the
you
death,
grabbing horses?
but like grabbed
Oh,
an
the horse
object
saddles?
to try to help you.
Yeah.
I've never been in a fight with weapons.
Kind of.
No. Now that you mention it.
I used surroundings to stop something before.
Well, explain.
Somebody was picking on my friend. They were trying to, like, two guys were trying to bully him. And I ran up behind and I grabbed one. I ripped him off.
noble.
And his friend, who I didn't see who was behind me, went to lift me up, like in a bear hug. And I had the know-it-all to stick my foot underneath the fence. So when he went to lift, he couldn't lift me. And I was able to like hit him in the stomach and turn around.
That's some improvising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a regular Sid.
Yeah.
I tried to lift a guy once. I tried to throw him over my back.
How'd that go?
He said, "You're pretty strong." And then I yelled, "You'll find him full of surprises like Luke Skywalker."
Oh.
Yep. That's a true story.
So douchey.
So embarrassing.
you
I don't know why I told you that. just now.
You'll find I'm full of
Find him full of surprises. And then I tried to throw him on my head and I couldn't lift him. He was too heavy. I had to give up.
So
My surprise is I'm a weak bitch. Surprise.
Surprise.
Dave Berenbaum.
So the Sid wins, and he actually has work to do. You know,
Well, now he's the king's
he-
champion.
He's the champion, and he's got some more responsibilities.
Yes.
But imagine this: you kill your father-in-law, and you still get to marry the girl.
Well, he says,
Like, that's insane.
She's like the prize after this fight. He asked the king for permission to marry her.
Yep.
he's like, if I go do this battle, if I come back, I get to marry her.
And he's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Go deal with this. So Rodrigo is sent to collect money from,
From
Muslim.
the emir vassals.
Now,
Are these the Moors?
Yeah.
the moops.
The-
They're called the moops.
Is this another Gumar situation?
No, they're moops.
Oh, I don't.
It says it on the
Seinfeld,
card.
man.
I'm sorry.
It's a
Keep doing
misprint. They're
Seinfeld
Moors.
references.
I'm sorry. The answer is the moops.
I think I'm almost certain Seinfeld is the one thing you reference the most on this show.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, it comes up constantly.
And I never get it.
Ed gets it though.
Yeah.
That's why
that
he's
guy.
here. Like when you two reference gay sex, I don't get it, but you two are
Right,
like, oh
right,
yeah.
So
Oh yeah, I love when we use the Astroglide.
He thinks it's some space tube.
That's what the astronauts eat, right?
Yeah, Brian, sure.
so this
In space, they're just grabbing it. Ooh.
No, it's for
lube.
fucking.
this whole tax collection mission.
Fake.
No, real.
Oh.
But it doesn't play out the way it does in the movie. It's different. So in the movie,
Well, Sofia Loren
gets that guy Ordonez
to betray him.
he's in love with her and she wants him to kill him on the way down.
Wait, you can say that more clearly.
Okay. Sophia Loren hires the guy Ordonez to kill
Rodrigo.
on the way down.
Charlton Heston.
Right. But then
Hires an assassin who's in love with
Yeah.
her. Because how could you not be in love with her?
so the real story is actually a little more exciting in my opinion.
Oh,
More exciting.
Yes. So the guys were all sent to
more
different-
exciting. You see the pun he did there?
Yes.
More exciting.
More exciting.
You know, he finds puns where I didn't even mean to do
Man
a
loves
pun.
a pun.
He just found it.
You love your pudding, don't you?
Oh, you love a pun.
So all these different knights were sent to different kingdoms to collect tribute. And when they arrived, Rodrigo arrives in Granada, and Granada is at war with its neighbor, another Islamic kingdom. Ordonez arrives in that kingdom. Both of them decide, well, these are our vassals, and we owe them our protection. So they both join up with these kingdoms and end up fighting
With the Muslims.
Yes, they both end up fighting a mini war against each other.
Whoa.
So these two just fucking hate each other, right?
They're rivals. Like he is more.
He's like Ash, and the other guy's like Gary.
This actually happens later down the road after Fernando's dead and Alfonso's the king.
Mm-hmm.
So and Alfonso actually had Ordóñez as his champion, so he's like been replaced. But that didn't happen in the movie yet, so they changed the order.
They
a little bit.
changed the timeline.
Rodrigo ends up winning the fight, and will capture Ordóñez and put him in prison, and then bring him back. And
That's
guy-
what happens in real life.
yes, the Islamic king, the emir, who he helps out in Granada, is the guy who will be his best friend going forward later down in the movie.
The one who considers him the Cid at first.
Right, exactly.
Betrayed by a Christian, but saved by a Moor.
Yes.
Great line.
And that guy shows up and saves him in the movie from being murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Rocks.
Yep.
Any man can kill. Only a king can give life.
Yes. And Sancho's with him on this mission.
Yeah.
And he like teaches him how to be noble.
Now, he marries Sofia Loren.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's the most awkward wedding ever.
Awkward dinner known to men.
I wrote Icy Feast.
Yeah.
She hates him
Hates
so
him so much.
fucking much.
This is like when I have dinner with my wife
This is what it's like every day.
every day. That's how we stare at
What?
each other. We just look.
I was gonna say this is like what marriage is like at the end of the rope. At the end of the road, they're
skipped
there
it.
day one. This is like you've been married 25 years and you fucking have nothing left to talk about. Your kids are gone and you just hate each other. They're there day one.
It's Loren. I'd still consummate.
Like-
Wouldn't you consummate that? Come on.
Well, she says
Jesus
it
Christ.
is your right as a husband to
Yes.
rape me, basically.
Yeah.
But you will never have.
I'll
a
never
kind
love you.
touch. Yeah. It just feels like when you and your wife are having a fight and nobody's talking, and she's just like, just get over it, you dummy. Your
I
husband,
love you're immediately right in this
Right.
scenario.
Always right.
Yeah, like you killed her father.
like, can we move on? We got a long way to go here.
You're a traitor to the crown and killed
All right.
her father.
All right.
Not a
wait,
traitor, and
In
her
her father's eyes.
Look, her father's dead. She
We're all-
understands the situation.
We're all married.
yes.
Our father-in-laws challenge us to duels.
I have to kill him.
You have to kill him.
Right.
He's like besmirched your dad. Like your dad is like lower than dirt now. Everyone hates him. You have to defend your pops.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
fighting your father-in-law.
Right.
Yeah.
You kill him in battle. Does your wife forgive you? I don't know if my wife does. I may get the Sofia Loren treatment, honestly.
Wow.
I think my wife, she would forgive
It's
me.
gonna take a long time.
You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to pull like an El Cid.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to save the world.
Yeah, I gotta save the world I have to show myself to be the most noble man in the world, because that's what does it eventually. That's what
Yeah,
gets her over.
yeah.
He's just that fucking good.
She knows it. She knows it too.
Yeah.
But her father, I think if her father didn't make her swear it, she wouldn't
would've got
be this
over it.
bitchy.
Yeah, he really cast a long shadow. That piece of shit.
My wife
It's-
would be like, I get it. I
It's
get why you
honestly
did
like the
it.
most important thing in the movie.
Yeah.
Because you can make a case that every good thing he does is because of that.
Right. Yeah. Well, he was already a good guy before that.
He's a knight.
You know your father-in-law is going to hear this, and you're going to go over and be like, so you think you could take me in a duel?
Takes his shirt
He
off.
pulls a sword.
That old man will probably kill me now.
Wait a couple of years. So now we have some turmoil in the kingdom,
Yeah.
right? He's dead.
Yeah, they go back and Fernando dies.
Well, Sophia joins a monastery.
Yeah, she tries to
Oh, yeah.
she tries to join a monastery and they won't let her.
They're like, no.
They're like, you can hang out here, but
Yeah, they tell
Yeah.
her you can hang for like a
we
week.
know you. You're made for the world.
You're too good looking not to bang.
Right, yeah.
Like we're old hags. Look at you. You're Sophia Loren.
Right. You could have any man.
You're a regular Raquel Welch. Who is that? You know what picture I love of Sophia Loren? I'm sure you guys have seen it.
I already know what you're
It's
saying.
her and Marilyn Monroe, and Marilyn Monroe's tits are out.
No, it's not Marilyn. it's someone else.
Is it Jane Mansfield?
I forgot who it is. It's not Marilyn, but she's massive tits.
It's a blonde woman that is either Marilyn Monroe or Jane Mansfield, and her tits are like out with giant cleavage.
Right.
And Sophia Loren
It's like giving her a dirty look.
is giving her like a
side
dirty
eye
look,
at the
side eye
tits.
staring at the
At the
tits.
tits, just
I'm
like,
sure you've seen the
I
picture.
think I have, yes.
It's great.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't a slacker in that field either.
No, but she wasn't,
Not like that, but,
exposing
you know,
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the king is dead, and now the princes are going to fight.
Yeah.
And did this happen in real life?
Yeah. So the king dies, and he divides his kingdom into 4.
All right.
There's
So
actually a third brother that's not in the
That
movie.
we don't know
So the
about.
king was like, the kingdom's going to be divided. You'll work together, but you each control a part. In the movie, did he say the same thing?
In
Did
the
they
movie,
reference
he
that?
dies, and we see his funeral, and then Sancho is upset
they're
because
arguing.
he hasn't been named king of the entire country.
Mm-hmm.
And he believes that Alfonso and his sister have conspired to make this happen, which is possible. I don't know.
Because he's the oldest.
I like Sancho.
Sancho is a good guy. He was Rodrigo's like guy. They were buddies
Yeah.
in real life.
And you, like, as watching it, you're like, well, he's the oldest. He should have
he
the
should
claim.
be king. But they
Right.
divide the kingdom into
Now,
4.
I was wondering this.
Yeah.
Now, stay with me here. You're a king, right?
Okay.
You want to
gonna be
pass your kingdom on. It's basically what every king wants. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you want a male heir to pass your throne on to.
Right.
All right. You have a daughter first. Understandable, you need more kids. You have a son next. Why are you having more kids? Knowing that
In case they die.
Yeah, they were dying left and
is
right.
that really the fear? Because
Yes.
it's like there's always these
You always
civil
want more
wars.
son. The dynastic
There weren't any
struggles-
vaccines at this time.
You have to make it very clear how you want things to proceed. And often, this is not a trick or something. This is what they would do. They'd break the kingdom up. Because they don't have this thought like we're building a nation. The king owns a lot of land, essentially. He owns the fucking kingdom. It's his personal property. It's like if you owned a house, you know, you split it up between your children.
Me and my sister just waiting for my mother to die. We're like Castle Rupert.
There's no thought that a king has like, I'm preserving a nation state for the future. You know, you think that because of where the time you live in and what it, you know, represents to you, and like, oh, that has to become, you know, Spain one day. No, this is my land. I have built this for my children, and now I divide it equally amongst my children. And what he ends up doing is he'll give Castile to Sancho, Leon to Alfonso, his other son Garcia, who's not in the movie, will get like the Western provinces. in
History.
Portugal.
Hollywood ignored
Yes.
Garcia.
And Urraca gets the city of Zamora.
I picture Garcia. He's like a fucked up looking mutant.
Picture Jerry Garcia.
Oh, he's like shredding.
Now you hope, I think, as dad, that they can get along and have their lands and not bother each other, but it never works
It
out.
never works out, right? But that's what I'm saying. With hindsight in history, right? If this guy just had one son,
Yeah.
like the kingdom's much better off, right?
Oh yeah. There's not going to be a civil war the second he dies.
Exactly.
But there's a civil war the second he dies. Now the movie kind of just has a knife fight,
Yeah.
and that represents all of this.
That's
Your
it.
boy attacks him. He tries to stab him in the back with a dagger.
Sancho draws the knife first, right?
No.
Oh.
Oh, Alfonso does.
Alfonso tries to stab him in the back.
Yes.
And Sancho just smacks him down like, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he should have put the dagger in his throat. Right then and there.
He wasn't going to kill his brother.
Yeah.
That was the right move, though.
So what really goes down is Sancho will launch a campaign to take the other kingdoms, and they have this big battle called the Battle of Golperjara.
You cannot let him take me.
In 1072, and Sancho wins. And he captures Alfonso, and he takes his lands, and he takes the other brother's lands, and all that's left,
Oh, Garcia gets fucked too.
he gets fucked too.
What did Garcia do?
He picked the wrong side,
The
huh?
wrong side. And Sancho wins, and he's won everything. All that's left
What is Sid doing during this?
he's fighting with Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, they
In
kind
the
of...
movie, he's like,
the movie, he
I've
saves
sworn
the
allegiance to
brother.
all of you. Like,
He saves the brother in the other one.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, this is my favorite.
Well,
scene,
that's going to happen. But let's talk, because we're talking about the,
Oh, we'll
the
talk about
knife
real
fight.
history. So they go to
Yeah.
all that's left is your Urraca in Zamora, and he besieges the city. It's got high walls, and in the siege, Sancho will get killed.
Oh, so he dies going for one extra city. He goes a bridge too far.
Yep. And the kingdom is now left to Alfonso. Next in line, he gets it all.
Who is technically a prisoner at this point.
Does he kill Garcia?
I don't know what happened.
You gotta kill Garcia. You gotta kill Garcia.
Garcia's like, I get my kingdom back, right? He's like, nope.
He just smiles at him.
Now, Alfonso takes it all. I guess he had a good relationship with Urraca, like in the movie.
Did they do the
suggests
bloodline
they're
thing?
fucking.
Yeah, did they do the bloodline thing? Yeah. Yep. Blood's got to be pure.
Very Game of Thrones.
In the movie, this is my favorite part of the movie.
Yes.
Alfonso has been captured and he's being led off, I guess, to be executed.
He's gonna go to
put into a
prison.
dungeon.
Dungeon. Yeah, they weren't going to execute.
And Rodrigo is so goddamn noble that he's like, I got to save this guy.
Yep.
And I have to do it all alone.
By myself.
And I fight 10 guys at the same time. 13.
13. It's 13 on 1.
And he just rides in there with a morning star.
Just a mace, not even a sword.
And just starts whacking dudes.
He asked to let them go first. And they laugh at him. They're like, there's 13 of us.
It is-
And he's like, okay.
The way they filmed this, it is completely believable that this one guy beat the shit out of all of them.
It's so nonsensical.
No, it's not. No,
They
it's not.
shoot it well.
They shoot it well.
They do shoot
I
it well,
buy
but-
it, you know?
It's so nonsensical. 13 guys.
Yeah, when you think that, it's like one guy fights 13 guys and he wins. The way I saw it in the movie, it's like, yeah, he fought 13 guys and he won. It's not like he's doing backflips and shit.
Exactly.
He's just fighting really well.
He's not. He's not sliding down like a friggin', an elephant's trunk shooting bows.
Right. He rides in and he's whacking them out one by one. And he gets stabbed in the leg, and it doesn't really affect anything going forward.
Yeah. Well, Alfonso asked, what kind of man are you? The Chad.
I am
the Chad.
Chad. El Chad.
El Chad.
He has a giant chin,
Big beard.
extra handsome. But so I have fought multiple assailants at one time once.
Really?
Yes, I trained in it. So when I was doing Taekwondo, and I was pretty
Jackie
good.
Chan.
Yeah, I fought into the Junior Olympics, when I was younger. But towards the end of my time, I was in high school, and I could beat everybody up in the school. So it wasn't a challenge anymore. So they started giving me multiple people at once.
Really?
And at one point, they gave me 3 people at once. And I put them down like fucking dogs.
I'm very proud of this.
It's so badass, man.
It's cool, but it's not 13. So you
I'm
gotta,
not
you gotta up your game.
I'm not L6. But it is, I believe it is possible if you are skilled enough and your opponents are just that less skilled than you.
Right.
I've seen fight videos where a guy is fighting multiple attackers, and it's usually a boxer or a striker that's hitting and running. And the max I've seen where it goes well is 5. Once you hit the breaking point of 5 where you could be surrounded, where someone's behind you, you're dead. I don't care who you are.
It's prime Mike Tyson. There's 3 of us. There's 13 versions of all of us.
Okay.
So it's just regular schlubs.
Yeah.
And we're all going after Mike Tyson. Do you think we could win?
Can he lift 4 of us with one arm each? Because we're just going to hold his arms and legs down and beat him to
Any
death.
punch we get
We die.
is knocking us out or killing us.
Even if you kill 2 of us, there's still 11 more that are surrounding you. It's not it's a numbers game. It's
We
not.
gotta get him from behind.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I don't like about that 13-on-1 fight is
But they were on horseback.
you can still get behind someone.
Everybody was on horseback.
still
Nobody's
get behind
grabbing
someone.
him. He's just,
I'll just stab the horse in the fucking leg. You'll go down.
all right. well,
Come on.
Imagine fucking Mike Tyson just burst the door. He's like, who's fucking saying they could take me on? you fucking knuckleheads.
He'd kill us.
He beat 3 people once.
I would just shoot a takedown immediately.
You have to go for the legs, yeah.
And I'm either getting a takedown and I'm gonna try to jujitsu and wrestle him,
Yeah. You
or I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
That's my
I
option.
think he's trained some ground game.
He does, but
He
I'm
might
not
fuck you.
I'm
He
not
might-
standing with Mike
He
Tyson.
might be nasty on the ground.
But that's still my best bet.
My best bet too, yeah. That's all I got.
It's like, Mike, I'll just suck your dick.
No, Ant's gonna hold our arms back.
Yeah.
You want to tell that story?
He'll immediately join the enemy.
Ann is a guy you
Fucking
want on your
turncoat.
side in a fight.
I'm definitely a good ally. We were in Atlantic City. Me, Beaver was there,
One of our friends.
and one
the
of our
most
friends.
least nightly person on earth.
One of our friend was we were with a bunch of people, and our friend kept breaking the balls of this big dude down in AC,
Who's also a nice guy.
Yeah, a nice guy. He's in like he's an acquaintance of ours.
Yeah.
And he's breaking his balls for hours and hours. It's just poking him and poking him and poking him. Finally, the guy had enough and wants to fight him. So they're about to fight, and I thought, because they all work together, right? Our friend was his boss. I thought I was helping him. I thought I was like protecting his job.
And what'd you do
know?
thinking you were helping him?
Well, I didn't want him to fight the guy.
Right.
So he attacked him. Like our friend attacked this guy. He was the aggressor.
He threw like a punch, right?
He was about to. He was about to punch this guy. And I grabbed him.
Why don't you show on Beaver? We have video now.
No, I'm not going to do that. I grabbed him and I held him back.
You held his arms.
I held his arms so he couldn't punch
You
the
put
guy.
his arms
I stopped,
behind him.
And I stopped the fight.
But you put his arms behind him like a cop.
I'm
Right.
holding him.
Right.
The other guy didn't see it that way. He just wound
Ant's
up
helping me out.
and fucking nailed him right in the head. So I stopped our friend from defending himself. And he was laid the fuck out.
Wasn't he bleeding everywhere?
Yes, I had to take him to the hospital afterward. And and when that happened, I let him go. And I'm like, you gotta go do this. But it was over. The damage was done.
Yeah.
You let him go. He just fell. He was
Yeah.
knocked out unconscious.
He was the problem. Like our friend was the problem.
And you're like, I'm
But
going
the
to
other
solve
guy was
it.
like, I'm a dick.
You could have just gone between them. Why are you holding someone's arms back?
I wasn't standing. He lunged. He was gonna punch him, and I was like, no, don't do that.
No, let me here. Give him a straight shot to the face.
In hindsight, I probably made the wrong move.
Look, it's a clean shot. Nail him real good.
That's what you might as well have been doing.
Ant sees an old lady on like walking the street. He gets behind her legs, ducks down. He's like, push her over. I'll help her out.
No, she crosses the street. He picks her up and brings her back to the other side.
Old lady crosses the street to get out of danger. And I'm like, go back.
Anti-night ant.
Yeah. Not my finest moment.
No, it's not.
Where are we in the film?
Your Armada's approaching.
the Moors want to invade Spain from Valeria.
Valencia.
Valencia.
Ben Yusuf.
Valeria. Isn't that Game of Thrones?
No, Valerian. Is,
Yeah, I think it is.
Valerian.
So the
space
Almoravids, they are like a confederation of Berber tribes in North Africa from the desert.
Are they cold?
No.
Oh,
They're hot.
Berber.
It's the Sahara.
Berber tribes. They're
I
Burr.
get what you're saying.
get it?
This is the same stupid joke Brian did the other day.
It's a good joke.
It wasn't funny then. It's not funny now.
Oh, what a jerk.
So they come in force, and they are manipulating the other Islamic tribes.
They got a lot of eyeliner on.
Yeah. They all wear black capes.
It just doesn't seem like an intimidating force.
yeah.
So one brother demands the other brother, and
Yeah.
El Cid is like, I'm not fighting.
He's
Yeah.
not getting in between any of it.
He's like, I'm staying out of
stays
this.
out of it.
Which didn't happen in real life, you said.
No.
And now the king is like betrayed in like this weird thing where, can you explain this? Because I was a little confused as to who like infiltrated and killed.
Well, the Ben Yusuf has sent an assassin to kill Sancho.
Okay.
And he goes to Alfonso and is like, just get him close to me and I'll do it for you. And he does. He sneaks him behind a building and
Right over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Go that way.
No, in there.
Yeah, he pulls a De Niro.
De Niro. And he kills him. And Rodrigo watches it happen. Right?
Yeah.
He does, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
sees
he
it
does.
happen, and he open the
kills
gate.
the-
Open the gate.
Does he kill the guy?
Yeah, the gate opens, and he just plunges a knife right into him, or a sword.
But it's too late.
He's stabbed, and he runs over
And
to
his
him.
last words, the guy's like, I would have made a good king.
Confess me.
You are a king.
Confess is just like your last rites.
Yeah, read me my last rites.
Yeah.
So now,
Now Alfonso's king. And this is when that mission for the tax collection is supposed to happen.
Okay.
They did it earlier in the movie.
Oh, I see.
There's too much going on to do it now.
Right.
The Queen and Sofia have another like little pissing match.
Yes.
At this point, it broke off into a separate movie for me. Like
Yeah, that was like
this
the-
is when I started
this
losing
is the
interest.
new movie.
Yeah, I started
lost interest?
I started losing interest in this. Yeah, it was too much.
Well, now, like that was the setup to get to this. You know.
Yeah.
Now Alfonso is the king.
Yeah.
Right. We have this great scene with his
In the courtyard.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
when he forces him to swear.
Everybody kneels
Yep.
to him except Heston, who's standing there.
He kneels for no man.
I'm not kneeling to you. You need to swear to me.
That you had nothing to do with Sancho's death when everybody knows that he did.
Yep.
And it's this nobility that he shows here that will gain him a lot of followers.
He sits on
Exactly.
a throne
Like,
of lies.
this guy is too good. And he swears.
Yes.
And he swears on the Bible.
He sits on
Everyone knows
a
it's bullshit.
throne
And that's
of
when
lies.
Heston kneels. Heston's like, okay, you swore to
Yes.
God. I'll believe you. I know you're lying.
But the display is so infuriating and insulting
So
to the
blatant.
king
that he was
exiles
forced to
him.
do it. Yep.
So he exiles him, which happened in real life.
It looked great. Exile looked great there, man.
He takes Sofia Loren with him,
Yes,
right?
this is when she finally comes over to
Yeah,
him.
she loves him now.
Yeah.
And this
They have
is
a farm.
this is a straight Ben-Hur scene where he's like at like a water fountain and there's like a leper there.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, take my cup
Yeah.
and have some water.
Lazarus.
And the guy's name, he's like, my name is Lazarus.
So yeah,
He says, follow me down to the valley below.
You know. Yeah, and then they end up in like a barn,
There's a well with a little girl. My father said this.
Right.
My father said that.
and they're talking about living in exile and how this will be a happy time for them.
Exactly.
It seemed happy.
They have a roll in the hay.
But the world will not let them.
Yeah.
Well, they have like, I love this scene. They finally consummate. They're in love. They've had sex on the hay. And there's like shots of the outside and you just see a landscape.
Awesome.
And then as they get closer to the screen panning, they open the door and it's just hordes of people waiting
Yeah.
for them.
Were they waiting for them to finish? Like, what the fuck?
I think they were watching.
It's like that
The
scene
Sid's
in
getting
Life of Brian. When he opens
Dude,
the window.
I was thinking
Yeah.
of Life of
Yeah.
Brian the entire time. It's just like that.
Yeah.
It is the Messiah.
I think the
gourd.
getting it in.
And the sandals.
Yeah, they're all quiet. You just hear like,
So the real exile is nothing like this at all.
Okay.
oh, it's bad.
This is when he goes and becomes a soldier for hire.
Oh, it
Becomes a
becomes a
mercenary?
He
mercenary?
becomes a mercenary, yes.
That's way cooler than this.
And he goes and starts working for the Arab kings.
Yeah, I know he fought for Arab kings.
So they hire, like the guy that...
Is this when he actually gets the name El Cid?
Yes. This is when he gets the name El Cid because he does such good work for them too. And he fights, the other Arabs. He fights Aragon. He never fights Castile.
This guy's constantly fighting.
That's his life. He is a war guy. And I believe it's in this time when he actually takes the city of Valencia and he gives it to Alfonso. He says, "This is yours."
In real life?
Yes.
So
Okay.
that happened.
Yes.
Okay. But it didn't happen with his followers. He took it for an Arab kingdom.
Oh, okay. Here's what happens. While he's doing, I remember now, the Almoravids invade.
Okay.
And that battle that Alfonso fights, Saragossa, happens, and he gets his ass kicked. And he begs Cid to come back and help him. So what he does is he takes his he has an army.
Well, that's what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the movie, he goes to the king with the emirs, and he's like, "These are our allies; they'll help." And Alfonso wants nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That would have happened after the battle itself.
Okay.
So the Alfonso loses.
Sour gas happens.
The movie doesn't really make sense with this because if the Almoravid, why is Valencia so important?
Because it's a port city.
But they're already they're already in Spain. They already had this big
But-
battle.
They make it seem like you need Valencia.
And there's a bunch of different port cities.
I don't know.
You
It's
know?
just one coastal city. There was no.
It's not as
reason
important as they make it out
for
to
it.
be in the movie.
Yeah.
So this battle happens, and he asks him to come back, and then his contribution is he takes his army and he takes Valencia for the king as like a
For Spain.
Yeah, to put to hold back the Almoravid invasion a little bit. While he's there, he kind of uses it as like a base of operations for like raids and stuff. So this is like the end of the movie, but there's a lot that happens around this time and after it too. You want to let's finish out the movie and then I'll talk about the reality of it.
Okay, so
half of this movie was just slow transitions. I think that's why it was so long. There's so many transitions where it's just horse
there's a
riding.
lot happening. This movie is so dense.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, like it could be, like I said, this could easily be a TV series.
Yeah,
guess
but
it is.
or you just cut out the like riding of horses across landscapes, and you have at least a half hour.
Yeah,
gone.
but then
need that.
the
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's a half hour. of the movie.
cinematography is just beautiful.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, that's why you keep it in, but you don't need it.
The people want to follow the Cid. The king is tortured by bad dreams.
The hand.
The hand.
I see the arm, and it's my arm. It's very weird.
Yes. Well, he is the right hand of the king.
The right hand of the king. Yeah.
Sophia.
And he also put his hand in the Bible.
Yes. Yes.
Well, he's tortured.
Why does he arrest Sophia Loren and the kids? He has kids with her.
Yeah, he's had
Two
twins.
daughters.
I think
That look
Because they
nothing-
want him to have to serve him.
he was exiled,
Right.
and in order for them to free, he has to come back. Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
now Rodrigo shows up and he has a beard. And he has like a scar. Like he's
So
been
this is
through
after
shit.
the intermission. There is an
Yeah.
intermission.
Okay, see, that wasn't in my version.
Yeah.
And he has Muslims with him, and he's like, the Muslims come as allies.
And I think the king has Alfonso has a falcon on him. Like,
Yeah, it's a
falconer.
Why not?
Yeah, there's a dog in the background. Sid has had twin girls, and Heston wants to defy the king.
Yeah. So at this point, he's kind of like he's a warlord with his own army. That's like
People are just loyal to him.
yes, this happened in real life. He created his own kingdom. He took Valencia, he took several other territories and like operated as like his own warlord entity. Called
Okay.
himself the Prince of Valencia.
Oh, so really? So he doesn't refuse a crown kind of like he does.
Well, he does, but here's what happens. There's another battle against the Almoravids, and he's going to meet Alfonso and join his army and fight alongside him. But there's a miscommunication, and he gets the wrong meeting place, and they never meet up.
Oh.
So Alfonso goes and
He
fights.
didn't have a cell phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Alfonso goes and fights without him and wins. And he's so angry that he didn't show up to the fight that he exiles us again. He exiles him again, and this time he arrests his family.
That makes
And
more
he's
sense.
so furious about this that he's like, okay, fuck you, enough's enough. And he declares himself like an independent state. He is his own kingdom. And he starts working with the other kingdoms to advance like his own thing. And eventually through like, he becomes the most powerful man in like the East. And he uses diplomacy like through Aragon and with other countries to get his wife and children out of prison. He gets them out.
Okay.
And he's like his own entity now. And the Almoravids will attack him at Valencia. And it's at this point that you get that final scene, that final battle in the movie,
Yeah.
where they surround the city. And what happens is he sneaks out, like while they're besieging the city. He sneaks out with like a couple of guys and attacks them from behind.
The Cid.
Yes. And they're trapped between the city and his now guys charging at them. And they panic because they think Alfonso has come with his army too. In reality, they're incredibly outnumbered by the Almoravids.
But they're just like, oh, fuck.
Yes. They think, oh God, this is the Spanish army has come to kill us all. And they break formation and run. And he wins this insane victory that never should have been possible.
Wow, that's cool.
Right.
I like that better. I like that so much better.
Then what happens in the movie?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what happens in the
Well,
movie.
we're not there
Well, we
yet.
got to get there because you see the two armies mingling and happy, like they hug each other. The
Arab army
the
and the
Arab army, and they
Christian
say, "What is so wrong with this?"
Yeah, how could this be bad?
So the king lost a battle, which you just spoke about, because the Cid wasn't there.
Yeah.
And he's pissed, and he's like, fucking keep the kids and wife. Heston leaves Valencia after he took it.
Yes.
And I love the scene when he takes Valencia, which I don't know if we mentioned.
With the bread.
Yup.
Yeah,
And
that's how he does it.
he launches bread.
He starves them out.
We bring you bread.
And the towns, the city folk rise up against their overlords.
Tossed him off a cliff.
Yeah.
This guy, it was actually
And it's
really
the guy
funny.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's the guy
Yep.
from the first scene.
Yeah.
The guy getting thrown off the cliff is so funny.
You're clearly a doll that just like kind of flops around.
So now Sid is handed a crown,
Yes.
and he could be king,
He doesn't take it.
and he refuses it.
Nope.
He
This
gives
is
it over
for
to
Spain.
Alfonso.
And Alfonso is like confused by this.
Yeah.
If only
how
he had
is
a noble
so
king.
noble?
How could a guy be like this? And why am I such a shitlord?
But this is when he redeems himself.
Kind of.
No,
He
not
still
really.
won't help the Sid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, no. This is when he's like he finds God and he runs out and he's like, I gotta go save him.
but the girl is like, no.
Oh, the sister.
Sister.
Yeah. She was a
But then
bitch
we
too.
get a scene which is almost like the Mahdi scene in Khartoum,
Yep.
where Heston rides out to meet Yusuf.
Does he?
No, there's a execution scene first, because he says his friend gets caught when he was on a scouting mission.
Oh yes.
And
Yes.
this is
Oh,
where
it's Ordóñez.
this is also kind of a Mahdi scene, because he's like, oh, so it's a war against your God versus mine, and he stabs
That's what I
him.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Ordóñez tells him that.
Yeah, it's like your God against mine.
Yeah.
And then,
Kills him.
the Muslims show up and there's so many extras.
Yeah.
It's cool.
This is
It's
so
cool.
good.
It's just so many people just marching towards Valencia. And it looks fucking great. And Sofia Loren has been rescued. We skipped over it, but she's rescued and with the Cid now in
Yes.
Valencia.
Where
And
do
she-
you get your courage?
How do you find your courage?
Cocaine, my love. Cocaine.
And Heston is just like, it's in the balls. So Heston rides out and there's a battle.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking awesome.
It's cool.
It's cool.
It's a good battle.
Just a big melee. You see like thousands of people on camera just crashing into each other.
Chaos.
Horses,
Yeah.
and shields.
But he's forced to fall back.
Well, he got hit with an arrow.
Hit with an arrow.
He got fucking hit.
Yeah.
And now Heston is wounded and doesn't want to remove the arrow. The Arabs outside start chanting, the Cid is dead.
Yes.
Why didn't they remove the arrow? He just wanted to die, like as a
Because
martyr.
If they removed the arrow, he would be incapacitated and couldn't fight.
But he'd
Yeah.
get better.
Possibly.
Yeah.
If they left it in, he's gonna die, but he would have enough strength to go out the next day.
He can ride the horse out
He
there.
would be a symbol.
Yes.
He's going to die by
He's
being a
giving
symbol,
his
yeah.
life to be able to do one last charge.
Is that similar to
What happens in real life?
real life?
No.
So the Arabs are chanting, Cid is dead.
Yes. Yep.
He's chanting, Cid is alive. And he's like, I will ride.
Yes. He
Now-
wants to ride with his king because
Need to-
Alfonso shows
need
up.
to make
Now the
sure.
king finally shows up. And he's on the horse. And he's like, for God, Cid, and Spain. That's what
Yes.
people are saying.
Right.
And Heston is so glorious on this fucking white steed at the end with the
He's
sun.
dead.
He's dead.
He's a corpse.
Yeah,
He's a corpse on the horse?
he's
Yeah.
taxidermied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They propped him up.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if he was dead or not.
You couldn't
Yeah.
tell when his arms were to the side and he was just kind of like
they
bobbling.
they have him on like a brace.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just
It's
ride
so
his
silly.
dead corpse
It's so
through the,
silly.
But they make it glorious.
Right.
And
like God himself is riding.
Yeah.
the symbol of Heston on here causes them to freak out.
Yes.
Their army breaks up. His horse tramples the friggin' Yusuf.
Yeah, he tramples Ben Yusuf.
It's so ridiculous.
The Muslims retreat into the sea.
yeah.
And the day is won.
Yep.
And then the last shots are just friggin'
His taxidermied body running on the beach. It's ridiculous.
and
Yep.
it's fucking great.
Won't be the last time he rides off on the beach.
You won't like what you find out there. What will the Cid find out there?
His destiny.
You did it.
You finally really did it.
You gave Spain to the fascists, you bastards!
You blew it up. Oh, God damn you all to hell.
It's just a There's a conquistador crucifix. He's slamming his fist in the sand.
But yeah, that's not what happened in real life.
What happened in real life with this dude?
In real life, he fights off, like I said, he wins the battle. He dies of old age.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. They gave him a hero's death.
They taxidermied him.
That's so different.
He spends the twilight years of his life marrying off his daughters and children to royalty of Spain. So many of the kings of Spain are direct descendants.
Fuck this. I'm taking
Yes.
off a point for that.
Does he have a son?
I think he does, but he doesn't. Like, it's his daughters that will be
Yeah.
That's
princesses.
ridiculous.
That get his blood in there?
Yeah.
I get it, but come on.
He dies in Valencia. It's his capital. And
So he had a
eventually
happy ending.
The Almoravids will come back and retake the city. His wife is forced to flee with his body, and she reburies him at a monastery in Castile in his homeland. And that is the Cid.
Wow.
And eventually all the Muslims get driven out.
Well, that's hundreds of
That's
years
later,
ago.
but yeah. It's like a cartoon situation, you know,
Right.
eventually
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
But wow, so this movie is not that it's accurate, but
Not really.
It takes a extremely complicated and complex series of events and streamlines all of it into, like, here's a story.
Wow.
the death being inaccurate is kind of egregious.
I don't like
Agreed.
that. Yeah.
Heston's like, if I'm going to
don't
do
like
your
that.
movie, I need to die.
They needed to. They made him even more noble than he actually was. Like, they removed the whole thing about him becoming like an independent warlord.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
he's like a saintly Jesus character.
Yeah,
And he probably did some bad stuff as a warlord, as one does.
yeah.
Like, warlords don't do good
He's
things sometimes.
conquering
Yeah.
territory for his own glory.
Like, you're killing innocent people.
They turn him into God. They turn him into Jesus.
Exactly.
Christ. Yeah.
He's helped be God, and he shows up and gives people water. You know,
Yeah.
he's like practically healing lepers.
Yes. Yeah.
Saves
yeah.
Lazarus.
You're right. You're right.
He rides
Yeah,
off.
it's no mistake that guy's named Lazarus.
Oh,
Not at all.
that's-
Not at all.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
He rides off on a fucking horse.
A white
White
horse.
horse in full, chivalric armor.
With the
Of
sun.
the sword of
Could
God.
Could you argue that that was almost a representation of resurrection?
Yes.
Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
He's dead.
He's dead, but
But
he
he
still
lives
lives
again, like
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Oh my God. Yeah. The symbolism's so in your face.
It's so
How did
in
we
your
not-
face.
how
It's the
did I
same
not
thing
notice?
like cartoon where his head's on the pike,
Yeah.
but it pans up.
Right,
And the
yeah.
victory comes from the heavens.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very similar.
Yeah, there's so
His
much.
last stand is a siege in a city he
Yes,
took from
yes,
Muslims.
yes.
It's just it's cartoon, it's Ben-Hur, it's all that mixed into one. You know,
And it's all great.
It's all great.
it's good. Yeah, I
fucking
can't
awesome.
disagree. Oh, we got a picture. All right,
okay.
let me do this one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a giant El Cid, and let's look at the picture. That is it's a chef's hat. It's a chef's hat with possibly
Dude, I have no idea what that is.
from Ratatouille. It's
I knew you were
Ratatouille.
going to say it's Ratatouille.
It's Ratatouille.
I have no idea what that is.
The only other thing it possibly could be
It looks
It's
like
a
a
man-
Roman column
it's
with
a
a G on it.
a man on a horse holding a cross, but he's standing on a tower.
That's it. It's the statue of the Cid. It's his statue.
He has a statue?
Yeah, it's famous. It's cool.
That is, this might be one of the worst things you've drawn.
That
I'm almost
looks like nothing.
certain.
I don't know what that
Really?
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a chef's
It
hat.
looks like a mess. Looks like you misspelled something and then drew a column underneath.
Yeah, like you were about to do a math problem and then decided not to.
Well, here's the statue.
The mighty Cid.
You know what? Now that you show me that, it's identical.
It's like the same thing,
It's like
right?
the same exact thing. Spitting image.
They should get like one of these sculptors to do one of my
Your shading was a little off.
sketches. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be cool.
It's like hold the
just
form. What is this?
just-
Sir, this is William Wallace. It's like a twisted deformity.
It's just a piece of copper hammered down.
Wow, you really captured the glory of the man.
It's a squiggly arm. Well, all right, so what do we rate this?
What do we learn from all
What do we
this?
learn from all that? I don't know. But whatever it is, I know it's important. I rated this a 7 out of 10. I think it was slightly overdone.
I think it's a very enjoyable, dramatic epic. It's not one of the great ones.
No.
It's not Ben-Hur. It's not Lawrence of
Right.
Arabia.
They wanted it to be, though.
Yeah, it's in league. It's in definitely.
I mean, it
in
was
the genre.
nominated. Anthony Mann directed it. He was really good. I think he did a good job.
There's no flaws in the movie really for me. It's just it doesn't hit as hard as I want it to.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I love Chuck. Chuck is fucking the
Heston.
best.
I mean,
It's Heston.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Respectable.
7.5.
Yep. What are you?
I have been debating about this all
You
day.
you are jizzing your pants.
You've been
about
sucking
movie.
this off all day. all
Brian
night.
texted me this morning, and all he said was, "El Cid is a masterpiece. I'm so fucking happy we watched it." That's what he said to me this morning.
Yeah.
I would assume a 10 if you're going to say something like that.
I love so much of this fucking movie.
Yeah.
Every fight is phenomenal.
The action rules.
This is the best action of like any of the 60s things, I think.
Yes, it might be. Wow.
The action is phenomenal because like Ben-Hur doesn't have too much action. You know, I watch it every year.
That's the 50s.
It's,
But the
Well, it's the
chariot,
50s
the
and the
chariot
60s.
scene is unstoppable.
the chariot scene's great.
Nothing is better.
But that's the one scene.
Yeah.
This is action throughout. And it really never drags.
No, it doesn't drag.
And because like there's always backstabbing or some shit going on.
My wife came home as I was watching this in the middle of it, and she was like, "Oh, it's Chuck Heston." I asked her if she wanted to watch with me, and she was like, "No." so then she came home. She saw it was Heston, and
maybe
she was
we'll
like,
watch
"Oh,
it."
maybe it is good." And as I was watching, I was like, "She would like this. I think anybody could watch this movie and get into it."
It's so easy to root for
Yeah,
It's ingestible.
Heston.
yeah.
You know?
Just long.
And you get some history. Honestly, I'm anywhere between an 8 and a 9 on it. So I'll split the difference and I'll go 8.5.
Nah.
Okay.
Strong.
I fucking love it. Like
Definitely.
I could watch this again tomorrow.
Respectable.
Wow.
All
Did
the,
your wife watch it with
So
you?
that's a 4 out of 5, kind of 4.5.
yeah, all the action like just kills it for me. I love it.
Yeah, this movie kicks ass.
And like all the personal shit too.
Your
It all
enthusiasm
works.
is making me like it more.
Dude, all the fucking personal shit too. Like there's so much personal stakes tied to everything in the movie.
Yeah.
And every battle just like has such consequences
It
on their
matters.
lives.
The arcs are
matters, yeah.
wild. Yeah.
It's great. And like that Sid show, I would totally watch it.
I don't know anything about it.
What,
Like-
what was it
Yeah.
from? Like year
It's
wise?
Amazon.
It's Amazon. It's I think it's a
Is it new?
Spanish show.
Is it Spanish language? It's from
Let's
like
look.
this year.
Oh, so it's new.
There's multiple.
It's like
seasons.
brand new. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Let's find
If
out.
it's multiple seasons, it's not a year. It
Right.
has to be more than a year old.
Yeah.
So it's called El Cid. It's from 2020.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay.
It's a Spanish historical drama,
About
action
two
drama,
to three
television series about Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar, the El Cid. There are two seasons.
I would be interested in seeing this.
There's 2 seasons, and it's from the Spanish, so you have to imagine that they're like own history. They care.
So
about
there's
more,
there's
right?
not going to be any like actors or actresses that we would
No,
recognize.
it's in Spain.
It's Spanish actors. Yeah. I don't see anybody I recognize.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
There's only 10 episodes of the whole show.
This is one season.
2 seasons, 5 episodes each.
I
Okay.
wonder if they're a little more true to the story.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
You know?
I don't think they're trying to remake the 1961 movie.
Who knows?
You know?
You never know. You never know.
And there may be more. Who knows? But
Did this do well?
the show?
No, the movie.
Oh, in the 60s? I believe so.
Yeah. It's got big names.
It's a known movie.
El Cid's budget was $7 million.
Holy shit. It's nothing.
It made $26.6 million.
So it's a hit.
It was successful. Let's look at the Oscars. I know for a fact that the score was nominated. Okay, it was nominated for Best Art Direction, Best Music Score, and Best Song.
Wow.
It was not nominated for anything else,
Okay.
but it should have won everything. All right, wait. Let's look up the 1962 Oscars.
Yeah, let's see who won.
So the Best Picture this year, it's already better than the Best Picture.
What is the best picture?
West Side Story.
Oh, yeah.
The other choices were Fanny,
I don't know what what that is.
The Guns of Navarone. That's a great movie.
That's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Look, if that won,
Yeah.
The Hustler. That's another great
Dude,
movie.
The Hustler's awesome.
I was actually thinking of that today. It's funny that that's there. And Judgment at Nuremberg.
Wow.
That's actually
It's a huge year.
other than West Side Story.
That year's
And even that's a
awesome.
fucking classic, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Elson's better though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a year.
Wow. They used to make movies, man.
And Sofia
yeah.
Loren won Best Actress that year for a different movie.
really?
Yeah. Wow, she beat Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's that year.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You ever see Breakfast at Tiffany's?
No.
Did you?
It's my wife's favorite movie.
Really?
Yes. I've seen like a couple of scenes.
Yeah.
And from what I understand about the plot of it, she's really unlikable in it.
Really?
She's like using this guy from like a farm.
So I'll tell you what happened. I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and we were supposed to read the book for class.
And you didn't.
I didn't. So I went to the video store and I tried to rent it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And-
I remember this story.
And
couldn't get it,
I
right?
couldn't get it. It was sold out. But the video store, the guy.
He told you the guy who rented it.
Well, no, he didn't. He turned his back, and I looked at the computer,
right.
and I got the information for the guy who rented it.
Oh my god.
And I went to his house. I'll never forget the guy's name, Joe Temple.
You were a sick man.
Yep.
And I went to Joe Temple's house, and
I
I
asked him if you could watch it with him.
watched it with him and his daughter. Yeah. And
That's hysterical.
I sat on the couch and I watched it with him. And I was asking for snacks and shit. I was like, you have like popcorn or anything?
Right. And there's a follow-up to this, right? Didn't you
Well, I spilled soda on his
Didn't you,
couch.
Oh,
like
you're
a-
such a dick.
Didn't you at
Oh
one
my
point
God.
down the road, like, had to prove to somebody that you weren't a racist? Joe Temple was a black guy.
Joe Temple is black.
Right. You had to prove to somebody that you weren't a racist, so you went and found him again to, like, show off
Yeah, I had to prove
that you had a black friend.
that I had a black friend, so I got Joe Temple.
Did you figure it out yet?
So we in my basement, I don't know, do you remember this? I had a giant poster for
Joe Temple.
of Joe Temple. Oh no, of Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Okay, you did.
Do you
yes.
remember this?
Yeah.
And I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it.
I watched Roman Holiday. That was pretty great.
I never saw that either.
Oh, no.
That's her other movie. Audrey.
Audrey Hepburn was beautiful, by the way.
Hotter than Sofia Loren.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I won't disagree.
I don't know enough. I haven't seen enough. I can't judge,
Mm.
but I would. Is Breakfast at Tiffany's based on like any true?
No.
No, I can't watch it on the show. I got to watch it for my own pleasure.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that.
Bert's gay
What?
because in the movie, one of the characters
Bert?
I forget what character is gay
In Breakfast at
in
Tiffany's.
Breakfast at Tiffany's, and when George Costanza goes to the book club pretending like he read
Oh,
it
yeah.
because he didn't read the book, he watched the movie.
You didn't get it.
What?
That whole thing was a Seinfeld reference.
You do realize I don't watch Seinfeld, right?
Well, you should start. Then you can start referencing it.
every episode we do.
You thought he went to some guy's house.
I called him an asshole anyway, just for making up the story. No, like every single time we do an episode, you mention Seinfeld, and I don't think you understand that not that many people enjoy Seinfeld.
What are you talking about?
You're dead wrong.
Okay.
Dude, like we get comments referencing Seinfeld
Constantly, I know. Well, because you reference Seinfeld.
because they
Constantly.
know.
Everyone in the world loves Seinfeld except you.
And you,
No, I don't like the show Seinfeld. I actually like him, though.
but
Okay, I
what's
like the
great is,
stand-up. I don't like
and
the-
this is
the
how
show.
you know he's just being a dick because he's going. That story is very funny. That's hysterical that I did that. But once it's from Seinfeld, he's like, "They're so dumb."
Like, well, no, it's not dumb. Like, it's that you reference it constantly.
Because it's
It is the
great,
number one reference thing on the show.
No doubt.
but it's so good. Star Wars is up there
great.
too, specifically prequels.
Prequels.
Only episode one. Episode one really is like
All
consistent.
right, ready?
Yeah.
What is the funniest character you could remake El Cid with? It has to be a Star Wars character. Ready?
It has to be Rodrigo or
The Star Wars character is playing one character in the movie.
Ordonez will be played by double organ Jar Jar Binks going forward.
yeah, of course.
What about you?
Yeah, no, it was Jar Jar.
Oh, I have my choice.
What?
It's Yaddle.
Yeah.
But she's Sofia Loren. And here's the difference. We give Yaddle giant
Yoda
breasts.
tits?
Like comically big. Like size F tits. So it's Yaddle with the biggest tits you've ever seen.
Love it.
Which do you think Lucas had a meeting about her tits ever? And he's like, I think Yaddle could
she
use
have
some
big
bigger
tits?
breasts. Yaddle doesn't have any tits. But I like to think she started out with comically large breasts. He's
And
like,
then he
how will
reduced them.
people be able to tell the difference between Yoda and Yaddle?
They have big
we
tits.
need to give her breasts. Give her a big tits, like a big fat pair of tits, bigger, enhance. Bigger, just get comically big. Her lightsaber, she is like blocked by the tits.
The lightsaber's going into the tip.
Yaddle's the female Yoda for anyone who doesn't know.
The tits are hitting the ground.
Do you know
I
that?
like your Lucas.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lucas is pretty good.
Do you know that Yaddle actually like doesn't talk like Yoda? She
But
talks
doesn't do
normal. The Japanese
words.
style stuff. Yeah, she talks normal,
Really?
which I don't
When
get.
does she talk?
She's in like a new Clone Wars cartoon. They show how
Who knows this?
they show how she died.
She died.
Yeah,
Oh no.
Dooku killed her.
Oh,
She got
no.
crushed. He tried to bounce shit.
Join the dark side. Dooku has.
Around the survivors, a perimeter
He's
creates.
just
Why
wide-eyed
are we
staring
doing
at her.
this?
I don't know. We're just talking about the prequels now.
All right. I think we're done.
You have any characters you want to give comically
No,
large breasts to?
I'm good. I'm good.
I think Yaddle's one of the funniest choices you could do, by the way.
Yeah.
For comically
Is there a
large
Jewish
breasts.
character we can put Watto in?
Watto.
Watto you
Yeah.
can put anywhere.
Watto is El Cid.
Yeah.
Oh, little Sancho.
They come in, they look around, they nobody. Nobody buys.
Only a king could give life.
I'm a Spaniard. The mind tricks don't work on me. Only money.
All right.
All right.
All right. Let's sign off.
Goodbye, guys. Thank you for
Thanks
watching
for listening.
/ listening. Smash that like and subscribe button. Tell your friends.
Tell everyone.
All right, I want to give a big thank you to Tom, Steve, Dave for letting us record here. Big thanks to them. Come on down to the studio, visit them, buy some merch. Want to thank you all for listening and joining us. Please follow us on all social media, Reviewing History Pod, RView History Pod on Twitter. You can follow us anywhere you want. Send us an email, reviewinghistorypod@gmail.com. You can follow me personally on all social media @Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank or review every single movie I watch in my personal life. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you tune in. If you like the show, leave a review on iTunes. Spread the word to your friends. Thank you all so much. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
There's only one person who should be close to the edge, and I hate you.
Close to the edge. Not right away. Not right away. Close to the edge. Down by the river. Seasons will pass you by. I get up. I get down. No, now that you're fine. Now that you're.
I
I already recorded. You shut it off.
Oh, you were recording that? Oh, awesome. I want that as a...
Shut it off.
Can we put that at the end of the episode?